We do the big question every day and the children really enjoy it. At the moment, we are working on partner work. The children have been learning how to be a good listener, how to use their eyes to look at the person that's talking, how to listen carefully and to think about what the other person is saying. And today our focus is looking at the children speaking clearly. So again, we will talk about what that looks like. During the lesson, I will choose 2 children and watch them as they talk. And then I will use them as an example to the rest of the class so that they can see what good speaking and what good listening is all about. Later on, we will take the ideas that those children have thought about and help the other children build upon them so that we move the discussion on. Today, children, we are going to do our big question. And our big question is, my turn, what happens if you keep a problem to yourself? Would you like to read it?
Yes.
Your turn.
What happens if you leave a problem to yourself?
So let's think about that. I'm going to try and help you understand that question. Sometimes we might have a problem like we are jealous of our brother or sister, like in Blue Kangaroo. And if we don't tell anybody, that feeling inside us could get bigger and bigger and we might do something silly because of the feeling. Have any of you ever been jealous? Turn to your partner. I think it's a very common thing to feel jealous. Sometimes we might have a feeling that's not jealous. Maybe we've got another feeling like embarrassed. We might be embarrassed about somebody's behaviour or something that we've done. Have you ever felt embarrassed? Turn to your partner.
Yes.
Sometimes we feel embarrassed, sometimes we feel jealous, sometimes we might feel angry because somebody has done something that makes us feel cross. Have you ever felt cross?
Yes. Everyone.
Perhaps you might be given a present that you love and you break it by accident. And then you might feel sad when you go to Granny who gave you the present and she says, "Where's that car I gave you?" Can you see? What might you feel if your Granny says to you, "Where's that toy I gave you?" and it is broken? Turn to your partner. How might you feel? How might you feel?
I'm a bit scared.
Yesterday, we looked at listening carefully to the person who's speaking. And we found out that you needed to use your
ears
to listen. But yes, you needed your eyes to look.
and your ears to listen.
But who do you look at? Tell your partner, who do you look at? We also did one more thing. We used our brain to think. And we were thinking about what our partner was saying. Well done, you're right. So it is listen, look and think. Today we are going to try really hard to speak clearly so others can hear. Let me show you what I mean by speaking clearly. I'm going to look at my partner so that they can see me when I'm speaking. I'm not going to use a big voice. I think it could be a problem if you didn't tell someone how you were feeling, especially if you were sad.
Yes.
I love the way you said yes and the way you looked at me. Could you hear me?
Yes.
He could hear me, couldn't he? Because we were looking at each other. So when you talk, you need to look at your partner in the eyes. Okay, so we are going to be doing this big question. What happens if you keep a problem to yourself? First of all, we're going to sit with our partners at the table. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to tell you what I want you to do. Partner 2 will ask their partner the big question. They will look in their partner's eyes so that they can hear them. Partner 1 is going to answer that question, and just like yesterday, they're going to tell their partner what they said back to them, so that they say back to them what they said, because I want to check that you are
Listening.
Thank you. So what does partner 2 do? Tell your partner now. What does partner 2 do?
What happens if you keep a problem to yourself?
So do you remember? We just sit up.
What happens if you keep a problem to yourself?
It gets worse and you feel bad about it.
It gets worse and you feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Should we give them a marshmallow club? So this is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about what would happen if you kept a problem inside yourself and didn't tell anybody for a long time, and the problem had already started to make you feel sad. How might it make you behave? Turn to your partner. We were talking about what would happen if you kept a problem to yourself for a very long time. And what did you say, darling?
You will feel really bad and you'll feel all scared.
You'll feel bad and scared because the problem will get bigger and bigger to you.
Might say rude words or something.
What do you
Be
think?
a bit mean.
And do something you wouldn't be normal. I heard lots of you say that it might make you behave in a silly way, but what you were talking about was something very special, wasn't it? You said that it wouldn't just be silly, but you might be naughty. You might do and say naughty things, and you might even say naughty words, because inside you weren't feeling happy, and so you'd have to show it somehow on the outside. Do you know what that makes me think? It makes me think how important it is to have somebody that you could talk to if you ever had a problem. And my last question to you is who would you talk to if you had a problem? Turn to your partner. An agony aunt. Oh, that's from the story, isn't it? So I'm going to tell you just a review for you what we've been looking at in this lesson. Some children just now said that they might tell an agony aunt, and that's because one of our characters gets some advice from an agony aunt when we're doing our story. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's what we said.
But other children said they would tell other children or an adult. So if you've ever got a problem, don't let it get on top of you. Tell somebody. But you can't speak to a tree. Do you know who I used to speak to when I was sad and I had a problem? I used to tell my teddy bear.
Me too.
Do you tell your teddy bear? Sometimes you just need to say it, don't you? I feel really sad about this. This is a big problem for me, and just saying it can make you feel better. I think you've had some really good ideas. Thank you very much, children. You've done a brilliant job.